when you visit sites like Amazon, AliExpress, or any e-commerce market, you will see that a lot of the products sold there are on a plain white boring background. And for the most part, this is the requirement for having a product on an e-market. The idea is to highlight just the product and not have any other object distract the buyer's focus on the actual product, or have him confuse which of the product is the actual. Some of these product images are 3D, not actual images. In this video, I will show you how to make the proper lighting setup for product renders that can make you money by selling or marketing renders to e-commerce sellers. This is a Recon AirPods I made a while ago. If you want it, you can go ahead and grab it from my Gumroad. And please don't forget to tip me if you can afford it. I will really appreciate the tip. That's how you can support me for making educational content. Alright, let's go straight into Blender. Okay, I like to use the animation workspace when I'm doing some lighting in Blender. So I'm just going to drag the timeline down, and then first I'll add in a camera to my scene. So add a camera, Shift A, camera, give it zero location, then zero rotation. For the rotation, I'm going to give it 90, then drag it back a bit, and then for this I'm going to click on my numpad 0, yep, to view the headphones. I'm going to give this focal length of 95 to give the Raycon AirPods a bit of a wider view. Then I'm going to drag, or you know what, I don't need to drag the camera back. I'm just going to drag the camera backwards, and then for the output, I'm going to have it at 2000. That is, I'm going to have it at resolution of 2000. That is ratio 2:2. Good for e-commerce. That's the best ratio for an e-commerce image. So now I'm going to start playing around with the headphones. I'm going to grab this empty object. That's where each of every property of the AirPods it's connected to. So I'm going to give this a really nice rotation, not something, just something basic, not too complicated. So give it like this. Why is my computer this slow? So like this rotation should do just fine. Or you know what, before I give the rotation, I'm going to open this R90. Okay, RX minus 120, something like this. Then I'm going to grab these headphones above. I'm going to give these AirPods really nice rotation. So like rotate this like this to this point, and then for this rotation I'm going to make sure the logo, at least you have the logo view on the camera, and then I'm going to move this forward. For the case I'm also going to give it a bit of a rotation, something like this, to show also the inside of the case. So something like this. Let's see. I think this rotation is okay. Then I'm going to drag it down a bit to this point. Then I'm going to move these headphones. You can have your own to any setup. The idea is just to make sure that the relevant part of the model shows. All right, So I guess now that we have this, I'm going to change the rotation. I'm going to give it a bit of a different rotation to the other heads earbuds. So now move this forward a bit, and you have this. I'm going to move the camera forward and then move it upwards, and this is what you have now. And then I'm going to start setting up my lights. For the first light, I'll be using a plane, so just watch. Okay, so I'm coming here. Now it's dark. Ooh, Blender just crashed. I don't know why I was working and Blender just crashed. Sorry for that. All right, so I'm going to take this up, and I'll start adding the light. Like I said, we'll be using the first thing we'll be using is a plane. So let me take this to circle first. GPU, I'm going to give this 256, and here 64. Samples of 64 is okay. And then for the film, I'm going to have it at transparent. I want to have a transparent background, and then I'm just going to add plane, rotate it 90 degrees, move this back S5. So this kind of serves as my background. Then I'm going to add a light, an area light. Then this light is what will highlight all of the headphone AirPods. I'm going to have it like this, and then increase the intensity. I'm going to increase the intensity to 500. Ooh, this is too high. This intensity is too strong. I'm going to give it 100. I'm going to leave the power at 100, or let's say 50. Let's go at 50. All right, so keep it like this, and then this plane behind. So I want the headphones, the case, to have a bit of a highlight. You can see it's having a bit of a highlight. So this plane that I just added, it's going to serve as my um, backlight. The backlight is going to give it a bit of a highlight, which makes your render or your product lighting look a bit nicer. For this, I'm going to drag it backwards a little bit. It's too close to the headphones. Somewhere like this. Then let's try to increase the intensity and see what we have. All right, this is nice. So now this, I'm going to add its own material, new, but then on the surface, I'm going to make it an emission. So emission. So now you can see we are beginning to have a highlight, but you won't see much of the effect. So how I can get that effect is to go to object properties, and then for the ray visibility, I'm going to turn off the camera so that we don't see it in the camera view. So now you can see what we have. You can see the highlight. Though I think the highlight is too strong, but let's go and see what we have. So when I hide this, you see no highlight. Bring it back, highlight. Hide doesn't look that nice. Bring it back, highlight makes it look nicer. Um, so like I said, to me it's too strong, so I'm going to have it as 0.5. This highlight is a bit better, and then this lighting, it's okay, but you can go further. You can go you can make it pop more. So I'm going to bring this up a bit, and then I'm going to shift D, bring another light, because I also want to highlight the package, the case. So this is what we have, and I'm going to have this at, let's say, to 30. So now every aspect of the product is highlighted, has a bit of an interesting lighting going on. Something like this. Yep. Go ahead and save it now. So basically, you are done with your lighting now. So the idea is just to make sure that your lights are highlighting the um, relevant parts of the product. So now you can see the Raycon's logo, it's been highlighted, and bit of the case also is being highlighted. You can see these two pins that it's used for charging the headphones when it's inside the case. So yeah, this is how you can make highlight how you can do simple lighting that can actually make you money. So now I'm going to come here and render it. So render image. So now the render is done. I'm going to save it. I'm going to save it as I'm going to save it at my desktop. So where is it? Where is my desktop? So now that you are done rendering your object, you can go ahead and add the white background to it. I'm going to move this a little bit to the middle. All right. So now I'm going to create a new. I'm going to create a new layer. Bring the layer down, and then select more. Select more toolbar. Sorry, select the bucket tool, and then I'm just going to, because it's white is already selected here, we just create a white background, and now you have something that you can use in an e-commerce website, maybe your own online market, or maybe a client's market, or maybe you just want to have it on your portfolio. The lighting makes it really looks nice and it's realistic. So yeah, please do not forget to subscribe, like the video if you find it helpful, and thank you. I really appreciate you watching my video.